When it comes to planning your 401k withdrawals, minimizing taxes and penalties is crucial to ensuring that your retirement savings last as long as possible. The last thing you want is to be hit with unnecessary taxes or penalties that could drain your hard-earned funds. So, how do you navigate this process and avoid costly mistakes? Stick with me through this video, and I'll break it all down for you, step by step. Now, one thing many people overlook is when they actually start withdrawing from their 401k. Generally, you can't begin to withdraw from your 401k without facing a penalty until you're 59 and a half years old. Withdrawing early can cost you 10% in penalties on top of your regular tax rate. But here's where some strategic planning can really make a difference. First, it's important to understand the tax implications. When you withdraw funds from your 401k, you'll be taxed based on your income bracket at the time. This means that if you take out a large sum in a single year, it could push you into a higher tax bracket, leading to a larger tax bill. One of the smartest moves is to spread out your withdrawals over several years, so you don't end up paying taxes at the highest rate. Another strategy is considering Roth conversions. If you have a traditional 401k, converting some of your funds to a Roth IRA can allow your investments to grow tax-free, and when you withdraw from a Roth, you won't have to pay taxes. But this strategy can trigger taxes up front, so it's best to do this in a year when your income is lower, or if you're able to offset some of the taxes with other tax-saving strategies. One thing many people don't realize is that there's something called the required minimum distribution, RMD. This is the amount the IRS requires you to withdraw from your 401k once you reach 73. Missing RMDs can result in a hefty penalty, up to 50% of the required amount. But keep in mind, RMDs are taxable, so if you're not careful, you could end up with a big tax hit. That's why it's essential to plan ahead for these distributions and spread out your income to avoid large tax spikes. If you're thinking about rolling over your 401k into an IRA, this could also provide a little more flexibility. IRAs, unlike 401ks, don't impose penalties if you take money out after you turn 59 and a half. They also give you more control over your investment choices. But here's a crucial point. When it comes to long-term wealth preservation, you may want to consider alternatives like a gold IRA. If you're serious about protecting your wealth, especially if you have $100,000 or more in your IRA or 401k, I recommend checking out the free Gold IRA guide linked in the description below. Thousands of Americans are using gold IRAs to safeguard their retirement, and this guide shows you how to get started with one. It's perfect for those looking to preserve their wealth in the next couple of weeks, so make sure to grab that guide. Now, back to 401k withdrawals. Another point to consider is that the IRS gives you a little leeway with early withdrawals in certain situations. For example, if you become permanently disabled or need to pay for certain medical expenses, you may be able to access your 401k without facing penalties. But these exceptions are narrow, so make sure to check with your plan administrator before making any moves. Finally, one of the most overlooked strategies is using your 401k to pay for healthcare costs during retirement. If you're able to manage your withdrawals to cover medical expenses, these withdrawals may not be subject to the same penalties. It's not the most well-known strategy, but it's a great way to minimize tax impacts while maintaining your health coverage. When you're ready to begin withdrawing from your 401k, careful planning is the key to maximizing your savings. By spreading out your withdrawals, considering Roth conversions, and utilizing a gold IRA, you can protect your wealth and minimize taxes and penalties. If you've got $100,000 or more in your IRA or 401k, or even $5 million or more in savings, I highly recommend you click the first link in the description to get your free Gold IRA guide. It's a smart move for retirees looking to secure their financial future. Remember, planning your 401k withdrawals doesn't have to be complicated. By following these strategies, you can save money, avoid penalties, and make sure your retirement funds are working for you.